Your top story, the Oakbay Group is approaching the North Gauteng High Court in a last-ditch effort to enable them to pay salaries. The group is requesting the court to advance hearing in their case against Bank of Baroda from December this year to October. This after they lost an interdict to delay the closing of the accounts until the 7th of December, when the main application is scheduled to be heard. Bank of Baroda is the only remaining bank that still has active bank accounts with Oakbay companies. This after the Big Four banks served ties in quick succession last year. The group has repeatedly indicated that roughly 7,000 employees will suffer prejudice as the companies would not be able to transfer money for salary distribution. Scores of Oakbay employees marched on the banks last week, saying the banks must not let ordinary workers and their families suffer because of their own political agenda. As thousands of employees stand to lose jobs, there is little support from labour unions. The strike on Wednesday by COSATU was about job losses amongst other issues, but the Labour Federation has been silent on the plight of Oakbay workers. Only the National Union of Mine Workers came out to say that it wanted to save 7,000 jobs at Oakbay Resources.
We had a meeting with the U-Bank. The CEO of Oakbay was here as well. You know, we have done almost everything. To us, the issue is about jobs that are going to be destroyed. And these jobs are destroyed not because minerals have been depleted underground. It is because of the position that is taken by the banks.
Well, joining us now live from the Pretoria High Court is ANN7 reporter Keldon Ongmu. Good morning to you, Keldon. A last-ditch effort by Oakbay to be able to pay the employees their salary come the end of this month. What are the expectations in court today? Just talk us through the details, please.
Well, Abigail, you've put it very clearly there that this is the last resort that the Gupta-owned companies have to save thousands of the employees' jobs. Today, basically, they are here at the North Gauteng High Court to request the court to advance the hearing against Bank of Baroda. Initially, if you remember, the actual application was scheduled to be heard on December 7th. Now, Oakbay is asking the court to advance this hearing to October. Remember, Oakbay has constantly said that if the court does not give them the go-ahead, thousands of companies, they've put the number to 7,000 employees could lose their job. And as you rightly put it, that, you know, come this end of this pay cycle, you know, the company will not be able to transfer money to pay salaries to the employees. So they are here in the court. We are told the court resumes at 9 a.m. So we will get to hear what the judge and the lawyers of the respective bank as well as the Oakbay companies will have to say.
Keldon, yesterday you partly covered the COSATU march. That march was one of the aspects they were marching for or in support of was job losses and avoiding those sort of situations. But with regards to what's happening here with Oakbay, that brings into question the issue of job losses. Did you manage to engage with COSATU yesterday on this specific issue?
Yes, definitely, Abigail. As much as the march yesterday, COSATU's march was on based on state capture and corruption, but they were dealing with various other demands as they submitted the memorandum of demands to many companies, especially when it came to Chamber of Mines, when you know the mining industry is retrenching thousands of workers, you know, but sadly, unfortunately, nobody has really spoken about Oakbay's company that, you know, they will soon tell the employees not to come to work. But earlier this week itself, on Tuesday, NUM hosted a press briefing to say that they will be meeting the CEOs of the 4 banks, requesting them to think over the decision of closing their banks on Oakbay and other companies, stating that, if the 4 banks does not budge, that could hit the livelihood of not only 7,000 people, but look at their families, the extended families that the company, the employees are looking after. So NUM is one of the union that really spoke about this and have said that they will be speaking to the CEOs of these 4 banks. But apart from that, there have been no other unions, there have been no other civil societies and organizations that have spoken about, saving Oakbay jobs.
All right, well, thank you very much, Calden. Let's leave it there for now. We'll check in with you later this morning for further details and developments. That was ANN7 reporter Calden Ongmu coming to us live from outside the North Gauteng High Court, where Oakbay will make a final-ditch effort this morning to enable them to pay the salaries of their employees. Around 7,000 people might not be able to be paid at the end of this month. ANN7 reporter Calden Ongmu will keep us up to date. Those proceedings set to start at around 9 a.m. this morning. Stay tuned to ANN7.